Happy Monday. It is April the 29th, 2024. I hope you had a great weekend. We have a few best bets both in the MLB and the NBA today. This is the Free 3. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as we just try to get to the bag together and make some money. Friday, Saturday, not the best of day here on the channel. I'm at the point now where I am okay with us finishing a little bit under 500 for the month of April. We have a few more days left. Can't wait for this month to end. It has been a dismal month here on the channel. Our first real bad losing month, I think, in probably close to like a year since we've done the show, but it's okay. It is a marathon, not a sprint. On Friday, we went 1-2. The only bet that we won on was the Red Sox and Cubs nerfy. We lost on the Mets money line. We lost on the Orioles and Rays money line. Actually, both the Orioles and the Rays lost on the A's and the White Sox. I mean, that just kind of tells you how bad and cold we've been, right? 1-2 on Friday. Then on Saturday, I gave you guys 4-point spreads in our short of the day. We went 1-3 on there. The only one that we hit was LeBron's points. Shy just went under. Garland, Hook, Caleb Martin just went under. I mean, it's just like one of those things where it's just like you're literally one bucket away every time, and I'm getting hooked left and right. It's just been a really tough month. You can see our year-to-date record right here. But it is okay because May, June, we got a lot of basketball, a lot of baseball ahead of us. So if you guys stick with me, I promise you we're going to turn it around. But I do appreciate all the love and support. If you can, smash that subscribe button. Hopefully you are still subscribed. And if you're not liking the plays, just fade it. You get what I'm saying? So if you're not on the right side of some of these picks and you're just like, Noble, hey, you've been losing, I need to fade you. I'm not mad at it. The goal is to make money, all right, my friends? So let's dive into these best bets today. Hopefully we can get on the right card. We need a sweep like air, and hopefully it's coming today. So let's dive into these picks for today. My first best bet of the day, I'm going to give you guys my NBA picks first. Probably those are the ones you want to hear, and then I'm going to wrap it up with a few baseball picks for you guys, all right? So the first one, I'm not going to overthink it. Some player props haven't been doing too good for us, so let's go with the side here. I'm going to go with the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I'm going to take them on the spread, -4.5, -120 odds over the Pelicans, okay? So basically, after I watched that Wolves game yesterday, it's just very clear that there are certain teams that are right now in the playoffs that are just not very good. The Suns were one of those teams, and the Pelicans are one of those teams. I'm really upset that the Kings did not make it because I believe that they would have made this just a much more of a competitive series. But at this point, the Thunder are just way better than the Pelicans. After the game one where the Thunder won that game by 2 points, they've outscored the Pelicans and have won both of the other two games in games 2 and game 3 by a combined margin of 55 points. It has not been close. The Pelicans, they just can't score the ball. They don't have enough weapons. CJ McCollum's not doing well. Brandon Ingram is not all the way healthy. He's only had one real good game. Shai has been killing them. Jalen Williams has been killing them. Chet didn't even have to go off in the last game. The Thunder still won that game pretty considerably and sizably. So because of that, I'm not a big fan of betting on sweeps, as I do think that the NBA does not want to promote kind of sweeps. They make more money, obviously, the longer the series draws out. But in some of these situations where we're just seeing that the teams are completely outclassed and just completely head and shoulders above them, like what we saw in that Timberwolves and Suns series, I think today is going to be the way the Thunder are going to be able to close out this series on top of the Pelicans. If you want to wait to maybe grab them live at a better number, I'm not opposed to that because it is a little bit above my threshold and what I go for in terms of, you know, in the NBA, I do think the 4.5, 5.5 is the key number there. So I'm not really opposed to laying this number, but I do think if you want to put them like on a money line parlay or wait to grab them live, let's go with that. But don't overthink it, guys. The Thunder are just significantly better right now than the Pelicans. They've been playing the much better brand of basketball. The Pelicans just are not getting any type of bench support as well. Herb Jones can't hit a damn shot. Alvarado's not really doing much. The loss of Zion is really paying dividends here in terms of this series. So for me, I think the Pelicans lose today. I think they've given up. I think the Thunder sweep this series and they win this last game by more than 5. So give me the Thunder -4.5 as our first best bet of the day. Now for my second best bet of the day, we're going to go to the Lakers and Nuggets matchup. And the Lakers are a little bit different than the Pelicans in the sense of like, you know, getting swept. We saw them win game 4. Do I think they come back and win this series? I don't think so. But what I said to you guys on Saturday is the King is not going to go down without a fight. And I do believe the same thing happens again today. So give me LeBron James over 26.5 points, -120 odds. Now, LeBron, we saw him go over this total on Saturday for 30 points in that closeout game. And you love to see that. And that is what I'm expecting from the King in this matchup. If you look at his game log so far this series, right? LeBron's had 27, 26, 26, and 30. So he's gone over in 2 of the 4 games. But if you've also looked at the scoring or the shot distribution over the last 4 games, it's gone up each game. In game 1, he shot 10 of 16 from the field. Game 2, 9 of 19. Game 3, 12 of 20. Game 4, 14 of 23. So he's literally shot more shots in every single game, and that's probably because the Lakers have gotten more and more desperate for a win as this series has gone on. Also, it doesn't help that Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell can't hit the side of a barn. They're not really showing up. Rui Hachimura's not really doing much. Gabe Vincent's not giving much off the bench. Neither is Taurean Prince. So for me, if it's not AD, if it's not LeBron, who else is going to score for this Lakers team? But I am going to bet on the fact that LeBron has been a lot more aggressive. LeBron has been showing up, and he's been the guy that's been carrying this team thus far in this series. I don't know if they win tonight at Denver, but I do know that LeBron is not going to go down without a fight. So I'm going to bet on that. I'm going to bet on his points today, as I do think he's going to be able to put up the volume. He's gone over 2 of the 4 games, like I mentioned. And if you've looked at some of the last few elimination games that LeBron has faced, last game, like I said, 30. The last year against the Nuggets, he dropped 40. And the series before that against Phoenix 2 years ago, 29. So we've seen LeBron really be able to step up and close out games in the past. Literally in the last 20 elimination games for LeBron, dating all the way back to 2011. He's gone over this 26.5 point total in 18 of the 20 games. So that goes to show LeBron is going to do whatever it takes for him to team a chance to win. And sometimes he knows that means it's passing less and scoring more. I'm expecting him to do the same thing again today, especially if the role players aren't stepping up for the Lakers. So give me LeBron over 26.5 points as our second best bet of the day. Now let's head over to the baseball card here. And I like a few games here on the slate. We have a few aces going on the mound. And the first matchup that I want to exploit is the New York Yankees against the Baltimore Orioles. And I want to take the Yankees in the first 5 on the plus half the run on the run line here, minus 120 odds. So now we have a pitching matchup between Clarke Schmidt and Grayson Rodriguez, as both of these pitchers are going at it. This game is in Camden Yards for the Orioles, but for me, I do like the Yankees in this matchup. Grayson Rodriguez is coming off a rough start against the Angels, which we actually backed him in that game and we lost. The Orioles lost that game 7-4. Grayson Rodriguez had 4 1/3 innings, 11 hits, 7 earned runs, and another home run given up. That to me is the big glaring issue. Grayson Rodriguez is a pitch-to-contact guy. Yes, he can strike out a lot of guys, but he also gives up a lot of sharp contact. And the thing that I'm really worried about against him in this matchup is that the Yankees' bats are starting to pick it up. They've been crushing right-handed pitching as of late. We saw that in their last series against the Brewers over the weekend. They scored 15 runs yesterday, 13 runs the game before that, 6 runs the game before that. So this offense is really picking it up. And for me, this is a Baltimore Orioles offense that we've seen be able to go better in the later half of games. So like literally after the 6th, 7th, and 8th inning, that's where they've been scoring the majority of the runs. So for me, I think the Yankees will be able to maybe jump out on Grayson Rodriguez early, score a few runs here, and be able to get the lead. And then I also like the form that the Yankees offense has been in. Aaron Judge has also been figuring it out as well, which they definitely needed from him because he's been slumping and struggling all season. But in the last 7 games, he's batting .296 to go with 3 home runs, 8 hits, 7 RBIs. That's what you want here. Okay, so for me, I like the fact in the form that Clarke Schmidt has been in as well. 2-0, 3.55 ERA. His last start against the Athletics, not absolutely the best, but 5 1/3 innings, 3 earned runs given up. But most of that was off of just 1 home run, as he only gave up 4 hits here. So for me, I think the Yankees have the better starting pitcher here. I like the way their offense have been hitting right-handed hitting. So for me, I think the Orioles do win this game. I do think it happens later on in this matchup or later on in the game. So the Yankees in the first 5 on the run line. You can take them on the money line at plus cheeky, but I like the half run that we're getting here just in case it's a tied game. We can also be able to win as well. So give me the Yankees first 5 plus half the run, minus 120 as our third best bet of the day. For my fourth and final best bet of the day, we're also going to head on this MLB slate. I'm going to head to the other New York team. We're going to go with the New York Mets and the Chicago Cubs here, but we're going to go with the first 5 under 4.5 runs, minus 130 odds. Now, in this matchup, we have 2 pitchers going at it. Jameson Taillon is on the mound for the Cubs, while Luis Severino is on the mound for the Mets. And guess what? I'm not a big fan of backing Severino. You guys know that, but the form that he's been in, you can't deny. 2.67 ERA, which is actually 19th best in the majors. His strikeout stuff is there with 26 total strikeouts. And even though he struggled in the last start a little bit, he only went 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs. But for me, it was a bad 3 earned runs. If you watch that game, a lot of it was like sharp little ground balls, wasn't a ton of hard contact. plays that his infield probably could have made if the shift wasn't on, things of that nature. So it also didn't help the Mets didn't give him any run support either. But the form that Severino has been in his start before that against the Pirates, it's another 6 innings, 5 hits, only 1 run given up, but it wasn't even an earned run. His start before that against Kansas City, 5 innings, only 1 hit, which is a mistake pitch, which was ended up being a home run. So I love the form that Severino's been in, and I think that he should be able to keep the Chicago Cubs offense at bay a little bit and maybe not be able to get them to score a few runs. Meanwhile, Jameson Taillon, ever since he's come off the IL, he's made his 2 starts thus far for the Cubs, 2-0 with a 1.69 ERA. In his last start against the Astros, 5 2/3 innings, he did give up 7 hits, but he was able to quell that with only giving up 1 earned run there to go at 4 strikeouts. So while he does need to give up a little bit less contact in this matchup, I do like the fact that the Mets offense has gone a little stale over the weekend. We saw them only score 4 runs against the Cardinals on Saturday and then 2 runs against the Cardinals on Friday. That was when we took them on and they lost 4-2. So for me, this Mets offense has been a little stagnant at home. And because of that, I think that pitching is going to prevail. We have a low total in this game at 7.5, 8. And I do think that this game can go under as well. So I'm just not overthinking it here. 2 starting pitchers who are really good form. 2 offenses that are not doing the best right now. So give me the first 5 under 4.5 runs here. If you also want a little bonus, I'll give you this as well. This is actually going to be my Nerfy of the day in the matchup between these 2 teams. So that could be an extra bonus pick for you guys because you watched thus far in the video. But I'm going to go with the first 5 under 4.5 runs as the official best bet. Well, that's it for me today, my friends. 4 best bets that are headed for you guys on this Monday slate. 2 in the NBA, 2 in the MLB. Give me LeBron James over 26.5 points. Give me the Thunder to close out the Pelicans on the road today, and I'll lay the points at -4.5. Give me the first 5 under in the Mets and Cubs matchup, and also give me the Yankees on the first 5 run line plus the half a run for us to wrap up our day. For more best bets, picks, and plays I'll be looking at and dropping throughout the day, click the link in the description, join the free Discord group. I'll see you guys on the other side. Let's have a day, get to that money. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Later, gang.